have a 90-year-old man in love with me. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. So what in the world am I talking about today? Well, I have a 90-year-old man in love with me, okay? So I just want to share my little funny story with you. You know, I'm very happily married. I've been married for a long time, and I'm pushing 70 years old. And so, and my husband knows all about it. Anyhow, there's no secret rendezvous going on here. And anyhow, so I go to this place on a regular level. And I'm not going to say where it is because it would kind of identify him. And just a wonderful, wonderful old man. And, you know, when you go to some place repetitiously, you build relationships. If you go once, you're probably going to say hi and bye and never see the person again. But when you go to some place over and over and over and over again, what tends to happen is you will build acquaintances and maybe friendships. Well, that's how it is at this particular place that I go to. We're having a lot of rain today, so I'm not going to go out there, go running, but I am going to go out and about in a little bit and get my exercise. And so, anyhow, so basically, I go to this place pretty much on a regular level. And as I go, you know, I talk to everybody. I know a lot of people, you know, chit chat and everything. Well, along the way, I met this man. This is a while back. And he had lost his wife and he was a bit lonely. Very nice looking man. And he's got his mind and just real nice person. And we have, you know, conversation because, well, we just do. We have conversation with each other. And as, you know, we're doing our things, you know, just chit chat. We talk about cooking. We talk about church. We talk about him trying to meet a new woman and all the women that are interested in him and all the women that he's interested in and all the ones he's not interested in. I mean, it's just so funny. It's just so funny. And so we have, you know, good engagement while, you know, good conversation while we're there. And I see him on a real regular level. And sometimes I go at a different time so I don't see him. And that, you know, kind of gives me a rest time because he likes to talk and talk and talk and talk. He's a great listener too, but he loves to talk. And, you know, I'm kind of a busy person. I kind of like to do my thing and, you know, keep on doing it and just, you know, have some chit chat in there, but he likes to talk and talk and talk. So sometimes I'll go at different times to give us both a rest. And anyhow, over a period of time, we've gotten to know each other. We've exchanged telephone numbers. Now, my husband knows all this, so there's no hanky-panky. There's nothing like, you know, he's, you know, and, you know, coming towards me in a romantic way or anything. We're just friends. We're just friends. But one day he said, you know what? I love you. I love you. I said, well, I love you too. You're a wonderful friend. You are a wonderful, wonderful friend. And so, you know, every day he's got a new lady friend that's interested in him or he's interested in. And he was telling me yesterday that he met this one woman. He's not interested in her, but she's really interested in him. And then he's got this other woman that he's really interested in, but she's not interested in him. So it just goes both ways all the time. And then I you know, he was so lonely. And when I came into his life, you know, I told him, he said, you know, I'd really like to buy a new car. And I said, well, go for it. You know, he has the money to do it. Okay. And I said, you go buy yourself a new car. And he did. He bought himself a beautiful car. And he was so happy he did. And I said, why in the world are you cooking at home and sitting by yourself every night? I said, you go sit at the local bars, and I told him which ones, that have wonderful food. You sit up at the bar, you order yourself a dinner, and you talk to people so you're not lonely and so you're not by yourself at night. And so what's he do? He goes to all the bars that I recommend. He sits up there and he has himself his dinner. And he's just loving it, just loving it. And then when he takes his daughter and her husband out, he asks me, which restaurants should I take him to? And I tell him. So he says, I'm just so value you. He said, the only problem with you is you're married. But he said, I respect your marriage, I respect your relationship, and I'm so happy for you that you are so happily married to the love of your life. So he knows all that. But he says, I still can't help being in love with you. But he says, I compare every woman to you. He says, I compare every woman I meet to you. So he said, that's a tough thing to live up to for another woman. I said, oh, thank you so much. You really flatter me a lot. And, he makes me feel good. But, our conversations are simply at the place that we both go to. And occasionally on the phone, or I'll text him a restaurant, that I think he should go to. And I think I've made such a difference in his life. I've got him out there, giving him hope. I said, now, I don't know if you should ever get married again at 90 years old. I don't think it's a good idea, because he's talking about wants to get married again. I said, but I do think you can have some great relationships, great friendships, travel, have fun, enjoy your life. I want to be a totally positive influence on him, okay? I want to be really, really positive. And I'm there, he tells me about all of his ailments. He's got a lot of ailments. Well, not a lot. For his age, honestly, he does not have as many ailments as most people his age. Most of them are just pretty minor, what he has. So he's in great physical shape for somebody his age. Still drives, lives independently. His mind is as quick as can be. And so he's really back to enjoying his life. I think prior to meeting me, he was, just feeling kind of sad and lonely and everything. And it's not that I've filled that gap, but my encouragement gave him the opportunity to look at life a lot differently and to begin to fill the gap in his life with new friends and new people. And so now he's got a very active social life. He gets out all the time, and he's doing things that he loves. And so, I call him a 90-year-old boyfriend, but he's really not a boyfriend, of course. He's just a dear friend. And my 90-year-old man friend, I guess. And so I come home and I tell my husband, the stories that he tells me. And I'm sure he probably tells his daughter and her husband and friends all the stories that I tell him. And I think it's just wonderful. So that's the story of my 90-year-old man friend, boyfriend, friend. So keep your words positive. You never know who they're going to influence in a wonderful way. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.